And we're back. Paul here with another Hall of Code lesson. Let's dive right in. We're going to recreate this website using CSS grid and HTML semantics, where we're going to have some images, some headings, and some paragraphs, along with a little bit of border and some background color. All right, let's get started in HTML. We're going to start off with a header. And inside that header, we're going to create an H1, and we're going to call this sightseeing. And then after the header, we're going to make a main class called grid container. And inside of that, we're going to create an article class called featured, and we're going to have an image. Now, I'm going to talk about images because for the most part, I've talked about images using the website Pexels, and I'm going to go and type in landscapes. And I want to kind of touch on a few things. So here's an image, and I'm going to make this big. Here's an image where here are some images, and I'm going to go to the image that I want to use for this first image. And I want to show you something. All right, so this image here is going to be our main image. Now in Pexels, you can download for free images, but when you click on this free download, you get this big original size, 6,000 by 4,000, or it's going to be very, very large. I would advise that you always try to go with a small image, and then if you click small, you can click download selected size, just so that you don't have an image that is so very large. Now again, you can go to CSS and change up your image and resize it, so you can go to CSS and resize your image, but I don't like to deal with very large images to start out with, because I'm going to show you what happens when you do that. All right, so now we're back in HTML, and we're going to go to our image, and we're going to type img, and I'm going to show you pick 9. All right, so that's that image. That's the small image. You see, we can see this image and it's not too large, but if I change this to pick 10, the same image is very large. You see that? So try to go with, when you download images from Pexels, try to go with the image that's smaller, and that's always better because you can see it on your screen as you're going live. All right, so we're gonna go featured img, and after that we're gonna make a div, and inside that div we're gonna make an h3, and we're gonna call this Lake Mountain. All right, and then after that we're gonna go paragraph, and we're gonna go Lorem 40. All right, we got 40 words of dummy text, and then we have our closing div and our closing article. Now we're going to take this article and we're going to copy it. Okay, so we're going to copy this article, and then we're going to paste this article. I'm going to use the same image, but the only difference is this time I'm not going to use a class for the article name. So we're just going to say article. All right, so we have 2 images now, and we want to do this 2 more times. So I'm going to copy again, and I'm going to paste. This time I'm going to use a different image, and I'm going to call this deck under cloudy skies. All right, and then I'm going to paste one more time. And we'll go with this image, and we'll call this green driving. All right, so we have 4 images, 1 image we have twice, and now we're ready to go to CSS. Okay, inside of our CSS we have fonts, margin, and background. We're going to now change our headings. We're going to now add some more styling. Okay. All right, so we're going to change the color of our headings and also our paragraph. We're going to change the color of the paragraph as well. All right. Now we're going to go to the header and style the header. With the max width of 1200 pixels. I'm going to go margin 40 top bottom, auto left right, border bottom 1 pixel, solid, and give it some color. All right. Now we're going to style our grid container. And that's a class, that's why we use the period. Display grid. And we'll go grid template columns. 1 FR, fractional unit. All right. And then we'll say gap 60 pixels, max width 1200 pixels. And we'll say margin 20 pixels, top bottom, auto. Okay. Now let's style the top picture. Article featured. All right, we'll go grid column. We'll say span 3. Then we'll say display grid. Grid template column 1 FR, 1 FR. And now we'll go gap 60 pixels, align items center. We'll go border bottom 1 pixel, solid, and then we'll give it a little bit of color. Okay, and then we'll go padding 40 pixels. Now we're going to style the article image. And the article featured image. All right. 100%. Width 100%. Border this time, we're gonna go 4 pixels, solid white. Border radius 10 pixels. And then lastly, we're going to style the article paragraph and the article H3. And we'll say margin 20 pixels by 10 pixels. And there you have it. Okay, we're missing the heading for the second image. Let's see here, green driving. Okay, right here, I need a closing angle bracket. And let's just delete that part right there. And there you go. And that's our website.